What's up, everyone? It's time for a real talk today. Do you ever feel drained after hanging out with certain people? Like, no matter how good your day's going, their negative vibes just bring you down? Well, you're not alone. We all deal with toxic people at some point in our lives, but the trick is knowing when to walk away and protect your peace. In this video, we're going to dive deep into spotting those toxic people, understanding why they mess with your energy, and most importantly, how to stay away from them. So grab a seat, get comfortable, and let's get into it. We've all been there. We've all had someone in our lives who just drains our energy. Maybe it's a friend who's always complaining, someone who never has anything nice to say, or a person who makes you feel like you're not good enough. We call these kinds of people toxic. It's not always easy to spot them, especially if they're close to you. But one thing is for sure. These people can mess with your peace, your happiness, and even your success.
Let me tell you something.
Life is hard enough as it is, right? We've got goals, dreams, responsibilities. The last thing you need is someone pulling you down, making things harder for no reason. It's like trying to run a race while someone's holding onto your leg. No matter how hard you try, you're never going to get far with that weight dragging you back. One sign of a toxic person is when they always make things about them. Ever talk to someone, and no matter what you're saying, they somehow twist the conversation to focus on themselves? You could be talking about a rough day at work, and suddenly, they're telling you how their life is even worse. It's exhausting. These kinds of people are never there for you. They want all the attention, all the time, and they don't really care about what's going on in your world. And let's not forget about the people who are always negative. You know who I'm talking about. The ones who complain all the time. Nothing's ever good enough for them. The weather's bad, the food's terrible, the job sucks, and on it goes. You hang out with them, and by the time you leave, you feel drained, like someone sucked the life out of you. And the worst part is negativity is contagious. You spend too much time with negative people, and before you know it, you're starting to complain about your life too. Then, there are those who don't support your dreams. You share your big ideas, your goals, and instead of encouraging you, they say things like, "That's too hard," or "Do you really think you can do that?" These people, they're dream killers. They plant seeds of doubt in your mind. And if you're not careful, you'll start believing them. But let me tell you something. No one has the right to tell you what you can or cannot do. That's for you to decide. So, if someone's always trying to make you doubt yourself, it's time to step back from them. It's tricky, though, because sometimes these toxic people aren't just friends or acquaintances. Sometimes they're family. And I get it. It's hard to distance yourself from family. But even with family, you've got to set boundaries. You deserve to protect your peace. You deserve to be happy. If someone, even a family member, is constantly negative or toxic, you don't have to cut them off completely, but you do need to limit your interactions with them. You need to make it clear that you're not going to let their negativity affect you. Another kind of toxic person is the one who's always jealous. You get a promotion, they get bitter. You lose weight, they make a snarky comment. They can't stand to see you happy or successful because they're not happy with themselves. These people, they don't want to see you shine. And here's the thing. Someone else's jealousy is not your problem. It's their insecurity, their issue to deal with. You don't need to dim your light just because they can't handle it. Now, I want to be real with you. Sometimes it's not easy to recognize a toxic person because they don't always show their true colors right away. At first, they might seem supportive, friendly, and fun to be around. But over time, you start to notice little things. Pay attention to how you feel after hanging out with someone. If you feel drained, anxious, or just plain bad, that's a sign. Your energy is valuable. Don't waste it on people who don't appreciate it. You also have to watch out for people who constantly make you feel guilty. They manipulate you into doing things you don't want to do. They use guilt to control you. Maybe they say things like, "If you really cared about me, you'd do this," or, "I guess I just don't matter to you." It's emotional manipulation, and it's toxic. You don't owe anyone that kind of control over your life. So, what do you do when you've got toxic people around you? First, you have to be brave enough to walk away. It's not easy, especially if you've known them for a long time. But you have to remember that your mental health, your happiness, and your well-being come first. You're not obligated to stay in anyone's life if they're not adding value to yours. It's okay to walk away from people who don't support your growth. It's okay to say, I need space. Sometimes you'll face backlash. Toxic people don't like it when you stand up for yourself. They might call you selfish, say you've changed, or try to make you feel bad for putting yourself first. But remember, it's not about them. It's about you. It's about your peace, your happiness, your future. Don't let anyone guilt you into staying in a toxic situation. Another thing to keep in mind is that once you remove toxic people from your life, you make room for better relationships. Now, I'm not saying you have to cut everyone off the moment they show a flaw. Nobody's perfect, and we all have bad days. But if someone's behavior is consistently toxic, if they're always bringing you down, making you feel bad, or draining your energy, it's time to reevaluate that relationship. At the end of the day, you are responsible for your own happiness. So, take a look at the people around you. Ask yourself, are they lifting you up or pulling you down? Are they supporting your dreams or crushing them? Are they filling your life with positivity or negativity? Be honest with yourself. And if the answer isn't what you hoped, it's okay to make changes. It's okay to prioritize yourself. You have one life. Don't waste it on toxic people. Alright, fam, that's a wrap for today's video. Remember, don't ever feel bad for walking away from people who don't have your back. Remember, the moment you distance yourself from toxic people, you make space for the right people to come into your life. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also the bell icon. I'll catch you in the next one.